Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then make sure you subscribe. If you are subscribed, thank you. If you guys can do me a favor, make sure you share this video. I would really appreciate that. So I am doing a lace closure install, and my client came to me with some hair from the beauty supply store and also a closure from the beauty supply store. So we are going to make the best of it and try to make it look as natural as possible. This lace was a bit thick for my liking, and it also had they actually had put tracks on top of this mesh. So it was a little different than what I was used to, but nonetheless, we worked it out and we made it look really cute. So if you guys want to see the complete install, then make sure you guys stay tuned and keep watching. I'm going to also drop some gems on you guys for doing closures and frontals as well. So when it comes to doing closures, I like to do the straps, those elastic bands. Sometimes I do it with my frontals too. It just saves the client hassle of having to hold it down on each end and do all that. So I like to make the elastic band a little bit shorter than the diameter of their head, just so that way it can have a really snug, tight fit. So it'll be uncomfortable for a little bit, but that actually makes the lace hold down a whole lot better if you use the elastic band first and then start to sew it down. When installing closures, you want to use that first braid as an anchor braid for sewing down that closure. So you're going to use that first braid to sew down on each braid in the front, on each side, and make sure you pull it down a little bit just so that way it completely lays down flat. And I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of focus. And if you guys want to see a video on how I do my lace closures and frontals, and you guys want it to be more detailed and a little bit closer up to the client's head, then I will do another video. Just comment that in the comment section below. I just realized how far I am away, and I'm like, oh gosh. So now that I have the video up, if you guys want to see that, then make sure you comment that below. So for this closure, I am not using any type of adhesive, any type of glue. My client has she's always on the go and really don't want to have any type of commitment to having to glue it down after a week or two. So we're just doing this with just needle and thread, and that is it. But for her widow's peak, because she also has a widow's peak in the front, what I like to do is just leave that part out, only because I feel like if you don't, then you'll either have to shave it off, or you'll have to bring that lace all the way down to cover it. And I don't like to do either one. So I like to leave that widow's peak out, and then I usually just gel it down or put some type of edge control to keep it held down. And usually the client is good until their maintenance. So after you sew down that lace closure, then you can cut the elastic band off. I just cut it where it's sewn down at the top, and then the rest I throw away. And then I just begin to sew the bundles in the back the regular way that I do my basic sew-ins, from side to side, ear to ear, whatever. So that is what I am doing right here. The major keys to having a perfect sew-in is to make sure that when you're sewing it down, that you are every other sew, you tie it. You not tie it with a knot. People have told me that my sew-ins do not budge. It don't move. Like if you were to brush it and comb it, you can go for 8 to 12 weeks and your sew-in is good. I never tell people to go that long with their sew-ins, but people, you know, there's clients that do, and the tracks and everything are still intact. So that is a major key. And then also when you are sewing down those bundles, when you're going from side to side, then once you get past the ear, then that's when you need to start curving those tracks to make it completely cover over the side of their face. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but that makes your sew-ins super, super seamless. Try it. I'm telling you, it's a game changer, and it just makes your sew-ins look so much better. It brings more hair to the front of the face, which it just makes it look much better. On top of the fact that if the wind blows or anything like that, only thing you'll see is hair. You won't have to see like the client's edges or anything. Everything is completely covered up if you do that method. Also, another key to having a seamless closure or frontal install is you want to sew. I like to leave the mesh on the hair around the back. And then I sew right on top of that all the way up to the top of where the hair ends on the mesh, because that makes it look super seamless, and then you just flat iron that hair on top of it and it just falls pretty. But yeah, that is the key to it looking super seamless and looking like it's all growing from the client's scalp. So working with this closure, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best. I did not like the fact that it had tracks on it. I think that limit, things that I could do to it. And it limited her parting space as well. I would have wished that they had more hair on that closure. So the closure was a bit thin for my liking, but the lace was a bit thick. So yeah, that's my review on Beauty Supply closures. I don't know if everyone is the same. Every closure is the same, but that's how this one is in my local area. So that is my experience with Beauty Supply closure. I also forgot to add that I like to put like a wrapping lotion throughout the bundles at the root of it, because a lot of times with like track hair and certain type of hair, they have a lot of those a lot of the hair is like real spiky at the top or at the root of the track, and some tracks have I can't even get it out, y'all. I'm sorry. Some tracks just have a hard time with laying down at the root. So for me, what I like to do is I'll put like some wrapping lotion on it, and then I brush it down, and then I put like 2 or 3 clips on it to lay it down. And then after that, after everything is all done, then I'll flat iron it or curl it. But that helps it to lay down better. Working with this client was such a pleasure. We had such great conversation. And she loved her hair so much. That made me feel so good, because being a hairstylist, guys, sometimes it can have its challenges, but I absolutely love doing people hair. I love making people feel beautiful. So just seeing how happy she was and how blessed she said I made her feel, I mean, it just made me feel awesome, guys. And I wasn't having the greatest day today. So, her saying that and just saying that I blessed her with such beautiful hair, it made me feel so good, guys.
Man, you the best. I don't care about the other people, but I'm sorry, y'all. She's the best.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you are also following me on Instagram at Jus'Marie_hair studio. Thank you. Bye-bye.